Welcome back to Cinderella's Kitchen, where today we're making creme brulee. For this creme brulee, we're only going to use 4 ingredients. This is going to be the simplest, most delicious creme brulee you have ever made. We're going to need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, half a cup of white granulated sugar, 5 egg yolks, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And we're going to start by mixing together our sugar and egg yolks. And we just want to mix them until they're nice and smooth and creamy. So just mix them nice, smooth, creamy. Okay, our egg yolks and sugar are all mixed up. And now we're just going to slowly add the heavy whipping cream and the vanilla. And I'm just going to go ahead and add my vanilla to my heavy whipping cream. And then we're going to mix this together until it's all incorporated. You don't want to overmix it, get it too bubbly. So we're just going to add it slowly, and once it's all together, we'll be ready for the next step. All right, and that's it. We have our nice, smooth, creamy creme brulee mixture. Once we have our mixture all incorporated, we are going to pour it into ramekins. And I have just these little ramekins, and then you're going to put the ramekins into a baking dish. And you want to put them in the baking dish because you're going to fill up the baking dish about halfway up the ramekin with hot water. About like that. And then we're going to pour our mixture into each of the ramekins. To make it easier for me, I'm just going to pour my mixture into my pourable measuring cup. Just helps with pouring it out. Just fill them up. Make sure I have enough for all of them. All right, let's see if I can get a little bit more for this one. There we go. Okay, I don't think I mentioned, but we have our oven on at 325, and then we're going to put this into the oven at 325 for about 40, 45 minutes to an hour. Once it hits 40 minutes, we're going to start checking it every 10. And you just get like a butter knife, a table knife, and just dip into the center to see if the knife comes out clean or if it's got still sticky type stuff on it. Once your knife is inserted, it comes out pretty much clean, you're good to go. So we're going to get these into the oven, and we'll check them at 40 minutes. Okay, it has been 45 minutes, and we're going to check our creme brulee. I can tell it's not ready, but just so you can see, after 40 minutes, the fork is obviously not clean. So we're going to stick them back in another 10 minutes and check them again. Be very, very careful at this point taking them in and out of the oven. It's extremely hot. The water's extremely hot. So just be very, very careful putting them in and out of the oven because you really don't want to burn yourself with this really hot water or the hot creme brulee mix. So we will check back in another 10 minutes. We baked our creme brulee about 40-45 minutes, and then I popped it back into the oven 2 times. So we're going to check and see how they are now. And the knife comes out pretty clean. It's not runny, it's a little bit set. So we're going to leave it at that. You don't want to overbake the creme brulee. And now I'm going to take them out of the water bath and put them on a towel. And I just have these like dish towels. My mom crocheted me a bunch of like dish drying towels. So I'm going to use those because they're perfect. And you can just use like any kind of like thick towel that you have. But I'm going to, they're very hot, so be very careful. Pull them out. I don't want to touch it. Pull them out and put them on a towel so that they can cool off and they can dry. And we're going to let them cool down about 15 minutes and come back and check on them and see how they look. I have gone ahead and let my ramekins of the creme brulee cool down a little bit, and then I always like to put them in the fridge. So I put them in the fridge for a little while so that they're a little nice and chilled. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put the crust on top, the sugar. So we're going to take regular white sugar, sprinkle it in the bowl, and then just kind of move it around so that the whole surface of your creme brulee is covered in sugar. So just so the top is covered in sugar. Then we're going to take our handy dandy little torch and we are going to burn the sugar on top. When you do this, make sure that your setting is on low when you first start out. Be very careful when you're doing this because you are working with fire and it is a little dangerous, so just be real careful when you're doing this. And then you're just going to kind of hover it above your flame above the sugar until it starts to brown and crystallize. And just work your way around your ramekin and the sugar. Okay, and how dark or how much you cover you get your sugar darkened or crystallized, that's up to you. And then you're going to have a little shell of sugar on top. And then we can taste test one here in just a minute. I'm excited.